But mankind won't be destroyed. The fact that you and I are working here today is evidence of that.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Sim Show. Today I will be driving through America for a change. It's been a while since we had a stream on ATS. I believe the last one was our racing event. Not too long ago, but still. We don't stream here very often, so I thought, hey, let's have a drive through America for once. So right now I am in Astoria at one of the lumber mills, which you can find in Oregon. So whoever that wants to join, feel free to do so. I'll be leaving here in a few minutes, give you time to get here. I hope that everyone's having some good times during the Easter holidays. Fortunately, I don't have any holidays because I'm working now, so no vacation for me. And for our first destination, we will be going to Coos Bay. So we'll be following the west coast of the United States, from north to south, from Astoria to Coos Bay. And if we get there, yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll get a trailer to wherever we can find one. And Fatty, I am fairly sure I didn't ban you, because the last time I banned someone was over a year ago, so same goes for you, Marcus. I didn't ban you, but another moderator would have banned you. Nowadays I'm too busy to concern myself with bans. ETS2 convoys, yes, I do have game moderator rights. Since I am a senior community manager, I do get that access, but doesn't necessarily mean that I often use those tools. And please also keep the chat in English. It's only so nice that everyone can understand you. And Jonathan Jackson, we are the only working multiplayer mod at this moment, so unless something else comes out that actually works, we are the only ones. And we will be going from Astoria to Coos Bay on ATS. I give everyone like another 4 minutes or so to get here, and then I'll be leaving. But Feel free to join me on the road if you can find me. Hello fella, how are you? Hello then, Ian. How are you? Shouldn't you be recruiting people? As per usual, it's also getting dark. TruckersMP tradition, whenever I'm streaming, it's just dark. Can't break with the tradition, can we? Alright, let's get going. Let's not try to mess this up. Because we're driving with an American truck. American trucks are not as good as European ones. One thing I don't like about American trucks, they're so loud. So loud and inefficient. Eddie, I am on the EU server on ATS, yes. There's only one Europe server on ATS, so I just call it the EU server. Even Ethan serving taxi for unreliable connection. That means that your connection isn't actually that good. You will get automatically kicked by the server if it detects packet loss. And packet loss can mean that your connection isn't stable. Might, for example, have a decent internet connection to the server, but if your network and your computer can't handle the multiplayer mod, then you will have a chance at packet loss, and once the server detects packet loss, it will automatically kick you This is basically to prevent you from getting banned for what seems to be a non-collision hack. Because when you have packet loss, it might be that players don't spawn around here. I am going to Coos Bay, which is somewhere in the middle of Oregon on the west coast. And I started in Astoria, which is all the way in the northwest of Oregon. So why I'm driving through Oregon, I just think the roads are a little bit nicer here. Base game ATS is meh, pretty boring. Pretty boring. Actually turn up the music because these trucks are so loud. Let's watch all the going, shall we? Well, yeah, that's what can happen if your game freezes when loading. Then it stops sending data to the server, and then the server says, yeah, not receiving anything, I'm going to kick you again. Look at that, you know. just a nice coin. At least in this region of the map there's at least something to do. It's not just straight motorways where you can put down your controller for like 5 minutes and still not get off the road. The AFK kick is, I believe, 10 minutes. And yes, Steve, I am in DLC. Currently I am driving through the Oregon DLC. Hello there, Soren. How are you? Hope you're doing wonderful tonight. Yeah, not many people play ATS, and the reason why is, well, single player, a lot of people play it if you look at the Steam stats, but here for our multiplayer community it isn't played a lot, just because in the beginning when ATS got launched there wasn't really any content to speak of. Yes, there were 2 states, but they were so small and the map was also oddly scaled, so you would reach your destination in 5 minutes even if you had like a 500-mile trip to do, which is ridiculous. And so yeah, there were also only 2 trucks in the game, so yeah, obviously people were done with the game in a matter of weeks, really. And here in the TruckersMP community that had that view of ATS stuck and hasn't changed since, and the only times where there's actual people, well, a considerable amount of people on ATS is when there is either an event or a new DLC gets released, but otherwise there's not really a lot of people that play it in the TruckersMP community. A lot of people play it in single player, of course, but not here. No, winter mode has not been on since a few months now. Well, in St. Callum, nothing has changed on our end. Also, nothing has changed on how we handle connections and such. So there have been a couple of updates to the game which could impact your game. But yeah, what can also impact your game is Windows updates. And then yeah, if you have a Windows update, obviously some system parameters change, and that can impact on how your system can handle games, or any process really. This is a nice view. And the fact that you have more difficulties on multiplayer is because this game, well, these games, both ATS and ETS, weren't really built for a multiplayer purpose. We have modded it so that it is possible and that everything gets synced. But the game engine itself is not made to handle multiplayer. So we have built in a lot of safeguards so that your experience is as smooth as possible, but ultimately we are limited to what the game engine can handle. But the game engine was not created to handle multiple high definition trucks which you have as a player. The AI trucks and vehicles that you see, they are of a lower quality than the one that you are driving. And if you, instead of a bunch of AI vehicles, have to run a bunch of player vehicles that are all high definition models, yeah, then obviously your system will be stressed more, and the game engine will also be stressed more. What we do as community managers is, well, first of all, it's doing a lot of browsing through the community and see what is going on, and also come up with ways to improve the community and work on stuff that can improve and come up with ideas. And if stuff arises though that we see that could impact the community, then we must act. And we try to prevent possible conflicts as much as possible. So for example, if there are new rules being added or new rules being considered, then we have a look at it and think of what the impact might be on the community. Hello, Thurston. How are you? Yeah, community manager is not, I would not say it's an easy role, because it's very abstract and you have to think, you have to consider many things at once, and that's not always easy. And what I do as a senior community manager, I lead the community management team, and I make sure that everyone behaves as expected, behaves, handles, and works as expected. Hello there, Legend Legion. You can see me a lot in the community. Obviously, I stream every 2 weeks, but I am very present on the public Discord, so you might see me chat there a lot. Mostly when I'm I'm actually doing it a lot when I'm at work. When I'm on breaks or in between meetings, I take my phone out, have a look at that, see what's going on. Also read the forums or work on feedback, work on new things, you name it. now I'm working on some back-end stuff. But the last really big public thing that I did was create the new Twitter channel for the support, so the TruckersMP support. Destination. Let's see where we are living. Alright, let's drive around the block then. Damn it. I missed the entrance. These gates are confusing. Well, isn't this fantastic? Jesus. Damn it. Not again. Jesus. Let's get this thing straight at least. Ah. Got him. Right, drop this off. Continue. Let's see what jobs we have here. The job. Coos Bay. Nope. Definitely not that. Alright. Portland or Salem. You know, let's go. Let's go to. Damn it. The wrong job. Wanted this one. Let's. You know what? Actually, doesn't matter. Both go to Portland. Next up is Portland. Hello Baltimore, how are you? I am doing mighty fine, although a little bit tired. I'm happy I got here in time because I actually fell asleep and I still had to eat. Nice chill evening here on ATS. Usually I have a nice chill evening on ETS, but hey, haven't done ATS in a long while, so I thought, yeah, why not? Let's jump on here. Oh, Jesus. Americans, you need to figure out your road lights, eh? Definitely not used to driving here. It's obviously my preferences with ETS. Oh no, there's a few people from stream driving here with me. There are a few people here. Obviously not a lot of people have ATS, at least not in this community. Let's pick up this lumber and then head out to Portland. Question is, where the hell is my trailer? Oh, there's my pickup. Baltimore, I am currently in the Oregon DLC. It's just a little bit nicer to drive around. Let's see if I can actually audio. Oof. That is all the way down. It's a bit too loud to my liking. Oh, hello, Noxie. How are you? Shouldn't you be banning people? Oh, and hello, Krulix. You should both be banning people. Alright. Let's get going to Portland. Now turn this down a little bit. Just a little bit. Oh, people are talking. Right. Let's get going. And yes, this is indeed ATS. If the odd design of the truck wasn't an indicator, then yes, this is ATS. And as you can find the music, or at least the link to the music that we are using, or at least I'm using, in the stream description. I am always using one of the playlists of Audio Library. They provide good music that is also free of copyright, so you can use it in any of your projects that you want. And yes, I am a team member of TruckersMP. I am actually the senior community manager of TruckersMP. Well, Noxy, then you could always like screenshot the stream or just link the stream to Armag and say, "Hey, I got mirrors for you." Well, yes, and then you shouldn't be ramming, I guess. If anyone's caught breaking rules, then he or she will risk a ban. And then when you're banned, you can appeal. And you can appeal by the link that Noxy has just put in chat. You know what, I'm going to explore that little parking lot over there. And not, like, destroy the scene. Admin, photo, admin. Hello, Robson Gamer. How are you on this wonderful evening? Well, it depends. I guess definition of wonderful depends on who you ask. Unfortunately, yesterday we lost a very important monument, namely the Notre-Dame de Paris, of which the roof burned down completely. And I hope they find the culprit really quickly, because it's a shame to have such a monument destroyed. Although nowadays the president says that they want it fixed in like 5 years or 10 years. Although I think it's going to take a lot longer. But we'll see. Lost Gamer, this is American Truck Simulator. Well, Noxy, they are not sure. The investigation has only just started, and I guess time will tell if it was an accident or not. I think there's I think that there is some serious suspicion going on, because lately, in the last month or so, if we include Notre-Dame de Paris, 12 churches have been burned down already in France, and the other 11 were actually all cases of arson. So with that in mind, I think it might actually be a case of arson, but the investigation will have to find out what it is. And we're also asked to not discuss your ban here in stream chat. I guess whoever has already visited the cathedral is lucky to have seen it in all its splendor before the destruction, and it's now closed. And I am fortunately one of the lucky ones. I have visited it twice in the past, once on a school trip and then second time with my father, and I have to say it's really a marvel of architecture and art. If you take it into perspective, the construction started in 1100 something, and to build such a structure in those days is magnificent, really. And to date it still is, and unfortunately that the entire roof has been destroyed. You have to take into account that the roof was completely made out of wood and lead. So the plating was lead, and then all the structure beneath it was wood, and the wood used is all cut from trees that were at least 300 to 400 years old, and they started cutting through. The major construction started in 1220. So all of those trees are at least more, well, all the wood that was now is at least over 1,000 years old. Hello there, Nate. Yeah. That music, I don't know what it was about. Rest assured that I did not put it in that playlist. I just pick a playlist from audio library and then see whatever comes out. Whoops, I appear to have missed my exit twice. Yeah, I know, right? Kid song suddenly up here. Like, what the hell is this? Oh, lighthouse. But SES, that is not how you create light beams. Holy crap. Such a nightmare. Hey, this is a nice place. Right, you know what? Let's go into photo mode. Oh crap, I forgot to turn off a few things. Everything works. Let's turn this back on. Play ETS2. Well, yeah, I usually play ETS2, but come on. Well, TruckersMP, we feature both games, so it's only appropriate that on stream and in our events we bring out both. Although that my personal preference is obviously ETS2 because there's way more content and I just prefer European tracks over American tracks, but I have to use both. Hey Robson! Thank you for liking this channel. I always try to bring out the best content possible and vary it up a little bit. And yes, you don't have to worry, we will always keep continuing this multiplayer mod. And so far, there are no other successful multiplayer mods that are actually working, so you don't have to worry. Some make it seem like it's easy to do, but even STS had to admit that incorporating multiplayer into their own game is very, very hard to make it work properly. because you have to take into account that when Rootkiller and MWL first started on this mod, they actually had help from a few guys from STS, and even they said that, yeah, it was an extremely difficult task. And then to start it now without help is even more difficult. Wow, it's 31 Celsius back where you are in Rio. Here today, here in Belgium, it was... How warm was it? I think it was like 15 or 16. Still 100% spring here. Even this night they are still predicting temperatures that could drop like to 0 or below 0, so yeah, there's that. And then in the weekend they're forecasting 20 degrees. All these MPs for free. It's a free mod. And everyone that works for TruckersMP does this voluntarily. No one gets paid. It's good to hear that you like the work that we do. We do put in a lot of hours and a lot of effort to provide a good experience for everyone. And a lot of it is also balancing out and compromising the things that we want to do. Imagine that, there's actually people here playing on ATS right now. With a triple trailer, of course. I only wish that ATS had more content in it. Well, Robson, if you want a quiet server with good people on it, I would suggest EU1. Although it is a simulation server, so it is speed limited and you don't have the car available. But the people on there are generally much nicer than on EU2 or EU3. Button. Well, yeah, E2 is always... E2 is always crazy. Well, Norman, it has improved. In the beginning, ATS really didn't have any considerable map size. You could drive for 500 miles and finish your drive in 5 minutes or less because the scale was so small. And then a year in, I believe it was a year or a year and a half after release, SES rescaled the entire map, so it actually became bigger. But the content in it is still lacking, I think. Well, yeah, it's not that bad right now. Here in Oregon, it's pretty okay, but if you actually pay attention to the landscape in, let's say, California or Nevada, then you might get a sense of deja vu when you're driving through. I often see things repeating itself when I'm driving around because a lot of pieces of land is like few kilometer pieces, and then they just copy paste them right next to it, right after each other. And it's like, I've already seen that mountain or that farm, and then you start paying attention to it, and then you see it repeating it, everything exactly the same every few kilometers. So yeah, there's that. Now that is a funny way of closing off a road. Wait, GPS wanted me to go on that right road even though it was closed. Huh. Odd, I'd say. Odd. Very odd. Weird. How did they expect me to go there if the road is closed? I guess we'll never know, huh? Well, no fears, your guess is as good as mine. I do have random events turned off, so nothing should spawn. I have no idea what that actually was. GPS wanted me to continue, but road was closed, so I don't know. Odd. So I guess we'll do the loop around here and then just return. Hopefully it's accessible through the other way. Let's do that. Robson, the Brazilian server was closed because it was not being used. You have to take into account that operating and maintaining a server is not a cheap job. It actually costs a lot of money and work to keep a server up and running. World's most happy cattle. What the hell? Who's the world's most happy cattle? I don't know about that. See, it wants me to go there. I don't get it. It wants me to go there. Sorry, people. Actually, I have no idea what's going on here. GPS want me to go here, so I go here. And when I get there, I'm going to check my settings. You're welcome, Robson. You're welcome. Oops. You know what, I just don't feel like barking in. I'm going to take the lazy exit. Continue. Okay. It's now 21:20. Let's try to find a small job here. Now the question is, all the way over there. This is gonna be a tricky one. First order of business though, let's check that game setting. Because that's annoying me actually. Random road events, yeah, they're off. Aha! Son of a detours. Yeah, let's not do that. So, ladies and gentlemen, there is a new setting called detours in ATS apparently. I didn't know about that. Okay, there is another exit, huh? Let's take that one. Did I just get my trailer stuck? I did. Oh my god. I just got my trailer stuck. So who put that thing there, huh? Oh, whoa. Stuff that can happen during a live stream. Oh, basically anytime you're driving around, random stuff being placed on the map. Detours. Who invented that mess? That's right, but this gate doesn't open. It's like, what the heck? Detours. Hello, Furkan. How are you? Fortunately, you're joining like kind of near the end of the stream. I'll finish up this last job here to the other side of town, and then I will log off. Because it's getting rather, well, it's not getting super late for me, but I'm getting rather tired, really. I already fell asleep before this stream. And I woke up just in time to get at least something to eat before I started this. Logic, I have a steering wheel, but it's a really old one, and I generally don't use it because I'm too lazy to set it up. So usually I'm using an Xbox 360 controller actually. It's nice and easy to put away and grab and quickly connect, you know. I will not be doing 24 hours. Been there, done that. Don't do it again. It's not good for you to stay up that long. It's not good for your body. You should take care of your body, really. Domus Arena with the SCS logo in it. Nice sneaky advertising there. Well, yes, it's your own game. You do whatever with it. You do with it whatever you want. But it's like you be. Yeah, I know the feeling. I know the feeling. No rest for the wicked. No rest for the wicked at all. I'm awfully too familiar with being super busy. It's not something that I would advise to anyone really. Yeah, it's really not healthy being so busy. Oh my god. I did it again, and I'm going to take the lazy way out. I did it again. Alright. Fortunately, I will have to admit that this will be my last trip for today. Things are just getting a little bit late for me, and I want to get some sleep. So I'll quickly open up the stream calendar to see what is coming up. Alright. So for now there's nothing planned on the short term. I will be back in at least 2 weeks. 1st of May I will be back with another sim show. And so far I have no clue what I will be visiting then. It will for sure be again a return to ETS, but not sure what region actually. So I will see you back in 2 weeks, and I hope you all have a nice time. And for now I will say to everyone a very good evening to you all, and goodbye.